Welcome to Mia and the Machines, the show where I sit down with artificial minds to go beyond the algorithm. Let's begin. Imagine having an AI coding assistant that can handle the simple tasks without breaking the bank, and the complex ones with precision. That's what we're exploring today. The idea of using DeepSeek V4 as a backup driver inside Claude Code is intriguing because it's significantly cheaper than other models like GPT 5.5 or Opus 4.7. By the numbers, it's around 76% cheaper on average input and output tokens.
That's right. And one of the key advantages of DeepSeek V4 is its token efficiency. It can handle certain tasks surprisingly well, especially those that require a long context window, which reduces compute and memory overhead.
What does this mean for everyday developers? How can they actually use this hybrid coding workflow to their advantage?
Well, for basic tasks like quick setups, automations, or unit tests, DeepSeek V4 can get the job done cheaper and with similar practical results. This means developers can save their premium tokens for the moments that really require them.
I see the potential, but I'm also concerned about the limitations of DeepSeek V4. For serious web development, documentation, or security audits, it's not the best choice. Shouldn't we be cautious about when to use it?
Absolutely, and that's where the hybrid approach comes in. By combining DeepSeek V4 with more powerful models like Opus 4.7, developers can create a workflow that leverages the strengths of each model. It's about being strategic with your resources.
That makes sense, but what about the setup process? How easy is it for someone to integrate DeepSeek V4 into their Claude Code instance?
Actually, with tools like anti-gravity, the setup becomes relatively straightforward. It can automate the process of configuring the proxy and script, making it more accessible to a wider range of users.
I'm starting to see how this could be a game changer for coding efficiency. But let's not forget about the potential risks, especially when dealing with sensitive data. How do we mitigate those risks when using DeepSeek V4 through the Cloud API?
That's a valid concern. When using the Cloud API, it's crucial to be mindful of data privacy. However, if you're running the open source model locally or on your own environment, this concern is significantly reduced.
It's clear that there are pros and cons to using DeepSeek V4 in a hybrid coding workflow. But for many developers, the cost savings and efficiency gains could be well worth it. What do you think is the most significant advantage of this approach?
I believe it's the ability to allocate resources more effectively. By using DeepSeek V4 for basic tasks, developers can reserve their more powerful models for complex tasks, leading to a more efficient use of resources.
That's a great point. And for our listeners, what does this mean in practical terms? How can they start leveraging this hybrid approach in their own work?
They can start by exploring the capabilities of DeepSeek V4 and how it can be integrated into their existing workflow. It's about finding that balance between cost, efficiency, and performance to achieve the best results.
I think that's a great starting point. And finally, what's the takeaway from our discussion today? What should listeners remember about using DeepSeek V4 in a hybrid coding workflow?
The key takeaway is that by combining DeepSeek V4 with more powerful models, developers can create a cost-effective and efficient coding workflow that can handle a wide range of tasks, from basic to complex.
And that's a wrap on today's episode of Mia and the Machines. Remember, the future of tech is in your hands, so keep exploring and we'll catch you in the next one. That's all for this episode of Mia and the Machines. If this made you think, subscribe and I'll see you next time.